In the depths of space, far beyond the reach of human exploration, the Gorgath, a race of highly advanced extraterrestrials, reigned supreme. Towering beings with silvery blue skin, 3 eyes, and minds that could process data at incomprehensible speeds, they had traveled the galaxy for eons, conquering and eliminating lesser species with ruthless efficiency. To them, humans were nothing more than a primitive, insignificant race. Or at least, that's what they believed. The Gorgath had made a rare visit to the Sol system, their warships casting ominous shadows over Earth as they prepared for another quick conquest. For centuries, they had been monitoring humanity's progress. They had seen the rise and fall of ancient civilizations, witnessed countless wars, and calculated that humanity's time was coming to an end. The Gorgath had decided that Earth's inhabitants were not worth the effort of assimilation. They were a threat, and in the cold, detached logic of the Gorgath, threats needed to be eradicated swiftly and without mercy. On the surface of Earth, a small military base in the Nevada desert was the first target of the Gorgath's attack. As their ship hovered above the barren land, their weapons discharged, disintegrating everything in their path. The human soldiers below stood no chance against the overwhelming power of the alien technology. The destruction was swift, but as the Gorgath prepared to leave, something unexpected happened. A lone human, one soldier who had miraculously survived the initial onslaught, stumbled into view. He was covered in ash, bleeding from several wounds, but there was a fire in his eyes that the Gorgath hadn't anticipated. His name was Captain Nathan Reed, a Special Forces operative known for his resourcefulness and unyielding will to survive. The Gorgath looked down at him from their ship, their minds processing his appearance, calculating what to do next. To them, humans were fragile creatures incapable of much more than basic survival instincts. Reed, however, had other plans. With a burst of adrenaline, he sprinted toward the alien ship, using the terrain to his advantage, his mind racing through every combat technique he had ever learned. The Gorgath, amused at first by the sight of a lone human attempting to challenge them, decided to watch. They didn't take him seriously, assuming he would be dead within moments. But Reed wasn't just any soldier. He had been trained in the most advanced human tactics, had survived missions that should have killed him, and had an unbreakable resolve to protect his planet. As he neared the ship, he activated a hidden device on his wrist, a prototype EMP grenade, one that he had stolen from a top-secret research facility months before. With a grunt, he threw it toward the base of the ship. The Gorgath's sensors flared as the EMP detonated. Their advanced systems, meant to withstand attacks from the most formidable forces, began to flicker and shut down. Their ship, which had been impervious to every weapon known to man, now faced an unprecedented vulnerability. In that moment of vulnerability, Reed acted. He reached the ship's exterior, clinging to the hull as its systems powered down. With expert precision, he planted explosives at the ship's weak points, strategically targeting the most critical areas of the ship. The Gorgath, realizing the magnitude of the threat, reacted too late. By the time they tried to regain control of their systems, the ship was already starting to crumble. Their technology, which had once seemed invincible, was being torn apart by a single human who had no right to be able to do so. As the ship began to crash, the Gorgath's commanding officer, a being known as Zarthok, realized the dire mistake they had made. Their race, which had destroyed countless civilizations without hesitation, had underestimated humanity in the most dangerous way possible. In their arrogance, the Gorgath had believed that no species could rival them. They had murdered without remorse, believing that their technology, their intellect, their power made them gods of the galaxy. They had never considered the human spirit, the stubborn, unyielding drive to fight back, no matter the odds. Reed's actions, fueled by nothing more than the survival instinct and his deep-seated love for his planet, had exposed a truth that the Gorgath could no longer deny. Humanity, despite its flaws, was not a race to be dismissed lightly. As the ship's remains crashed into the desert, the Gorgath were left stunned, floating in the void of space, their once mighty empire now in disarray. Zarthok's mind raced, calculating the enormity of the situation. Their fleet was gone. their resources drained and their pride shattered. In the distance, Reed stood, bloody but alive, watching as the alien forces retreated into the stars. The Gorgath had miscalculated, and in doing so, they had been shown a painful truth. Humans, when cornered, were capable of far more than they had ever imagined. They quickly regretted murdering a human. As the remnants of their fleet retreated into the darkness of space, the Gorgath learned a valuable lesson. In the vastness of the cosmos, there was one thing more dangerous than their technology, more powerful than their fleets, and more enduring than their intellect. And that was the human will to survive.